Mate, I think you'd be pretty proud of me.
Just in general, or?
Yeah, but
Okay.
for one particular reason.
Do tell.
I was recently on a site visit. As you know, I was out far in East Gippsland.
Yep.
And I was there for work, but I was at a place in Bairnsdale last night having dinner, and I had gravy on a Parma.
Hey, gravy on a Parma.
Mm-hmm.
Your official first time having gravy on a Parma, because we have actually had gravy on a Parma once together, but
Yes,
the gravy was too thin that you couldn't really taste it.
correct.
So we're not
Correct.
really counting
We're
that
not
as being
counting
your
that.
first time.
Correct. Yep.
Well, okay. So
Yep.
the gravy was okay. It was thick enough.
It was thick. It was thick. Yep.
Okay. Well, what did you think then?
I'll be honest, I can't remember.
What do you mean? What do you mean you can't remember?
I remember thinking about. I took a photo. I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm doing it, gravy on a Parma," and I was just talking to someone. I was just eating it, and I wasn't thinking about what I was eating.
You weren't even like the fact that you were eating gravy on a Parma didn't come up in conversation. You didn't explain why you were doing it or anything like that. No one cared.
Well, it was very brief, like a photo, and then like I was talking about something else, and then it came to like later in the day. I sent the photo to you, and I was like, "Yeah, but I can't remember how it tasted." Like,
Yep. That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
sorry, so technically, I'm still yet to have a gravy on a Parma because I wasn't concentrating.
That's not what Parmas are all about. You're not supposed to be concentrating when you're eating it.
Welcome, Jekka, one and all, to another episode of Fine Leg to Full Forward.
We back, baby. We back.
We are back. How are you doing? I feel like I haven't seen you in a while because it has been a while.
It's
mate.
actually been a while. Like, I reckon I saw you Thursday night last week. I reckon that was the last time I saw you.
Yes. It's literally been
And this is the first time.
pretty much a week.
Wow.
How crazy! That's
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
the
right.
longest since moving in together and
Yeah.
potentially it's ages.
Yeah, it is. It is. How are you going? How has your week been? And I can actually ask that
Yeah.
out of curiosity.
Yeah, no, it's been good. Like I mentioned, it was just site visits for work, so
Yep.
plenty of driving. But back home now. You were out and about as well, so you and Tash went to Merba, which was nice.
Yeah, up in Willumbar, the God's country,
Yes.
as I've decided to call it. Only on this show, really, so read into that what you will. Yeah, it was awesome. Always love seeing a family, and
Yep.
the weather was just mint. Like, we got like 25 and 23 degrees and
Sunny.
20, clear. It was just like, I think the first time I went up there was the same time of year as well,
Yep.
like last year. And it was the same kind of vibe, like, get me out of the cold. This is exactly what I need.
Yeah.
And it's funny because up there, that's cold.
Oh, it's considered
Like,
cold.
Yeah. At
Right.
At
23, 25. Yeah.
Yeah. At Tash's parents' house, the fire goes on. The fireplace goes on.
When it's 23 degrees, does it?
At night, yeah.
At night. Okay.
Yeah.
Does it actually get cold at night, though?
Nope. Yeah, it was got a bit of a sweat on watching TV.
Yeah,
in
okay.
the evening.
With the fireplace being so close and everything.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right. Different folks up there. We love them.
Rugged up and
absolutely
everything, or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dressing gown on and all that.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
They struggle when they come down to Melbourne. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
you would. You acclimatise to everything. Did you get you talking about the milkshakes up there? Did you end up having a milkshake?
Didn't get a milkshake.
Okay.
Did not get a milkshake. Yeah, I'm not happy about it. So there's a gin distillery just out of town.
Yep.
We wanted to go there every time we've been up, and finally did that for the first time, and that was
Yeah.
awesome. That was awesome. You can book it's a nice little lawn. You can book like a little area, and they give you a big umbrella, a
Yep.
little mini table, a couple of picnic blankets, and
Yeah.
like a QR code, so they come and just bring some food out to you.
Nice.
So that was mint. Yeah, that's about it really. Anything else happened to you on the weekend? I think other than site visits, your parents were down, were they?
They were. Yeah. They down, flew in, flew out.
Yeah.
On a Sunday for a family friend's first birthday. Because you were up in Melbourne for a first birthday.
I was,
as well,
yeah,
Katie,
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, no, it was good. It was good. Been catching up with my family friends sort of more often than like recently, as opposed to a few years ago. So it's been good to sort of. It almost feels like we're kids again every now and then. Like you sort of associate like family friends with growing up. Like, oh yeah, we watched Ice Age together and like did this, like just random. But yeah, it's always nice catching up with them. So.
It's good. We're certainly getting to that age where we appreciate those things more.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. We all grow up eventually, hey?
Yeah, that's right.
Speaking of growing up, looking a bit, looking fresh there in that.
Thanks, mate.
I don't want to say small.
Do you want to say extra small?
Extra small?
Extra small?
For those not watching on YouTube, you are repping the North Indigenous Guernsey.
Yes, from last year.
From last year, that's right. Yes,
Correct.
That's right.
I loved this Guernsey.
Yeah,
so
it's a sick one.
I wanted to get a hold of it. I put the order in, and I don't know. I feel like I checked the sizing, but maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't check it well enough.
Well, the fact that you've actually got it on, like you can't actually tell. I'm just looking at the monitor there. Like it just looks like any other singlet that you've worn on the show.
It's very tight.
It is. It's not only tight, but it's quite short. Obviously, we had a look at it before we started. Come on, you're gonna have to stand up for the camera.
Stand up
because we don't get the full picture there.
All right.
Come on, give the people what they want. Surely, you might have to like kneel down. Yeah, she's a bit tight there. She's a bit short. So just to, it's the back as well. You can't. Yeah, it's annoying. You can't really tell. Now maybe I'll take a picture and we'll put it on the pod page at some point throughout the weekend.
I mean, I'm happy if you can't tell. That's all right. It's just it's very tight. I still haven't taken the tag off yet because I'm like, should I return it or should I not? Because I love it.
Well, what size is it?
So technically, it said small, but I think that small was like youth sizing small.
A youth small.
Yeah. So I might have just thought that a small was just going to be small because normally small will fit me. Like I can wear M's, but I can usually wear S's as well. So
okay, hold on, just to make sure I got all the events in order here. Yep. So you've ordered a youth small.
Correct.
Not a youth large, like a youth small Guernsey.
Yes.
And you've asked the question whether you should return it. You want to put that to the listeners.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
all right.
Well, like I all the other ones were sold out. The full size ones.
Sizes?
Yeah. There was an extra small youth size.
Right.
So this was the biggest.
So you've got the biggest size available.
The biggest size available. Do you think I should return this, or should I hang on to it for special occasions like these?
Allegedly, another week of footy is done. I say allegedly because we haven't watched. We don't know what's going on. I watched a single game.
Yep.
When I was up north.
Yep.
Watched the Doggies lose to the Suns. That didn't go down so well.
Yep.
But other than that, we have no idea what the hell happened in round 11. Mm-hmm. You didn't catch any of it either?
A tiny bit. Bits of Cammy was around. We were watching the Bombers game and like a bit of the North game, but that's it.
But less than usual?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Well, don't worry because I've been a bit clever, a bit strategic here. I put out an Instagram story a few hours ago.
Right.
Asking for help to sum up round 11 and help us with run it back tonight.
Great.
So we've got a few responses.
Yep.
So there's a couple of really good ones here. I want you to guess who said this one, who submitted this one here.
Okay.
So summing up round 11.
Yep.
Courtesy of our listeners.
Yep.
Carlton blew a fuse in my brain. I no longer have the ability to feel emotion.
It would have to be one of the one of the Shaw brothers, I think.
You are correct.
Is it Locke?
It's B Shaw.
B Shaw.
It's B Shaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, B Shaw. Feel for you, man. Like, it's tough.
It's so bizarre. Like I thought they were just going to take the next step to, I was going to say top 4, but finals. So yeah, Carlton lost to Sydney.
Yep.
This is a hell of an insight.
Mm-hmm.
Half of the teams who played lost.
Jeez. Do I have to guess who said that?
Don't have to guess. That's
Okay.
all right. We'll keep moving on.
Yeah.
If he's listening, he knows who he is.
That's a great shout, though.
Yep, it is. Jados says I got 2 out of 9 in the footy tipping. That's what's happened.
Well, that's probably an accurate or like a pretty normal tip, like round.
Yeah,
because there was 6 upsets this round.
There was a lot of upsets. Yeah, I think I got 4 tips. I mean, there was
Yeah.
not. Actually, I think the AFL tweeted on their account only 9 people got 9 out of 9
in the entire
in the whole. Like I think it's the AFL footy tips comp.
Right.
I don't know if it's all,
but there'd be
tipping
thousands
comps,
of people on there.
Yeah, 9. So either people forgot to submit their tips, or people just have no idea what the fuck they're doing. Yeah, that's another thing that's happened. Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
A pretty targeted message here.
Yep.
Cats lost again. Eat shit.
Okay.
Thanks for that.
Okay.
Thanks for that. We got a couple of pear emojis.
Right.
Port Adelaide won again.
Yes.
Who they beat? Richmond, I think.
Yeah,
Was it Melbourne? Oh, no, Melbourne was last week.
Port's second on the ladder now, right?
I think so. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see if they can keep it up because.
Yeah, Rich.
Yeah, Rich. I got another submission here.
Mm-hmm.
The Hawks love the Saints. It's a bit harsh, that is a bit harsh because we do love the Saints. But
we do love the Saints, but maybe the Hawks do.
Maybe they do. They're a happy team at Hawthorn. Now, is this related to the Saints as well? I've just got Steele with a crying emoji. Is that Jack Steele? What's that about?
Is it spelt the way Jack Steele's?
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably.
Oh, no, I know what this is.
Happened?
No, I know what this is. It's Steele Sidebottom. So Steele Sidebottom, it was his 300th game.
Yep.
This weekend, who they play North, I think,
yeah,
on Sunday.
they beat us, yeah.
Yeah, it was Mason Cox's 100th as well, but
Yep.
Steele Sidebottom's 300th. And he did his MCL, I think, in like the first quarter or the first 20 minutes or something.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so it's a shame. It's a shame because 300 is a massive, massive landmark.
Incredible,
and
yeah.
it's a day of celebration. So it's a shame, but he'll be back. He's still...
Yeah, you
he's
said
still
MCL as opposed to ACL?
I think it was MCL,
Okay.
yeah. But again, we haven't really watched the footy, so
yeah,
don't know what's happened there. But thank you for the submissions there because you've really saved us. I was going to say you've saved us skin, but you've just saved us looking up a bit more than we usually would. So, shout out to the Flitiff community.
Absolutely. Well, one thing that we did mention briefly last week, but might touch on it again, is Sir Doug Nicholls' round is now over.
Yes, so they're across 2 rounds, isn't it?
Across 2 rounds.
Yep.
But another big thing about this week, and I think it was very intentional that the AFL decided to do this, but the end of Sir Doug Nicholls' round is also the start of National Reconciliation Week this week. So it's probably a good time to mention that I think we're quite aware of where we are, both in terms of knowledge of our First Nations people.
Pretty average.
Like, I'll be the first to admit that.
But don't be so harsh on yourself because you're definitely better than most people.
Yeah, but that's the thing, I think. It's like I can acknowledge that there's a long way for me to go in terms of learning on a journey, but I can see that I feel like lots of people are very much in that same boat where they'd be like interested, be like, oh yeah, I'd love to learn a bit more. But I guess we're all sort of on our own respective learning journeys in that. But I thought it'd be a good moment. Like last year, I think we went through kits.
We love indigenous guernseys, don't we? So inspired by that, we went through and just talked about our favourite all-time kits.
Favourite kits.
Jumpers, Guernseys.
So we thought this year we might just go into focus a bit more just on the North Guernsey for this year and the Geelong Guernsey for this year as well.
Yeah. So kind of spinning on what we did last year and going into a bit more detail. Well said. So I'll start. Shall I? We'll start with the Geelong jumper. Are we putting it on screen for those watching?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's an image on screen now of the Geelong jumpers. So we did a home. I'm going to say a home version and an away version, like a white version and a navy blue version.
Yep.
I really like it. I read a lot of comments, the mixed reviews about it not really being a Geelong jumper, not really much in the way of hoops, but it's definitely there. It's definitely there. And I think the beauty of these kind of rounds is you can step away from your traditional, not colours, patterns, styles, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
And it's still there. They've just been quite creative with it. What do you reckon? You big fan?
I like it.
You don't have to like it. I realised that was a leading question by asking you if you're a big fan.
No. I enjoy it. Like I like the I can like the circle up the top, and you've got all the different sort of the dashes around the circle, sort of indicating like the gathering around the one meeting point.
Yep.
Which I like that. I like any sort of aspect of stars.
Yeah, well, it's interesting you say that. Let me go through, because we've actually found the what do I want to say? Like the reasoning, the justification behind the design.
Yeah,
like
the story.
The explanation. The story. The story is the. I said reasoning, explanation, justification before the word story. So they've kind of split it up into each individual part of the Guernsey. So I'll start with the stars and. You said you like the stars, and it is a really good look, and it's a really, really, it's just a really, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just going to move on.
Yeah.
So the stars, it represents meeting under one sky, everybody coming together, and we share our beautiful land, and everyone coming together is really important. Yeah,
and that I think that's the with the circle up there, but with the, I guess the U-shaped sort of figures all around that inner circle.
Yep.
Quite often, and that's sort of the gathering aspect of it as well.
Yeah, well, the center, the circle you're mentioning there represents coming together, sharing, bringing different elements like food, knowledge, different experiences, and learning from one another as we gather around. Gather around. Throwback to round 5. So you're right. It's a really important element there. And then it moves on to the lower design elements, and it explains our different journeys and our different pathways through life. You're right. Everyone has a different journey. Everyone can take different twists and turns and learn from one another. But it's going down to our core roots and our core values, which is really important. Which is, bang on. Like, I mean, you've said all that already, haven't you? And then the bands going across the middle. So I guess that's when people are saying that there's not enough of the hoops, but there's hoops there. So the band's going across the middle. They're waves of emotion, but also waves of support that, they wrap around one another to support each other on the journey. It is obviously really important that they have support from friends and family and community. And, they bring one another through. So I think they've summed that up pretty well. And it is interesting, and it's not something that I do take note of. I know we'll go through North as well, but I could probably wait until then. But the story behind the Guernsey, I know I'm pretty guilty of just looking at the design and going,
"Oh, it looks so cool!
Oh, that's awesome! That looks so sick!"
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll buy it this year, or I don't really bother going into learning about it.
Into the thing, and that's the thing. Like that's what I said right at the start. It's like quite a lot of us are sort of in that position where we're interested, or we want to know a bit more, but then it's just about taking that next step and actually just learning a bit more, because there is so many resources out there. Actually, we might even put some stuff in I don't know if we put it in our bio or whatever, but we can just like do a post or share some resources because I definitely have.
Is that some social media planning coming from
I don't
you?
know.
Absolutely, mate. Yep.
Yeah?
No, absolutely.
I mean, we might as well.
You send me the info, I will put it on Instagram.
Yeah, there we go. I'll go through the North kit for this year. I'm wearing the one from last year, but I'll put up on the screen right now.
Now. Wait, now or now?
It's already up. And I noticed that it's much like you said with the cats, Guernsey. It's sort of taken a step away from the traditional
Design.
North Melbourne design because you think of the stripes, right? Like
or the V,
the royal blue and white stripes, or the V. It's very water based.
Yeah.
And I think it's clear. You can sort of see the curvy lines and the swirls, and it's all sort of there. Like the water's a key element of the design, with the 3 circles connected to the field, like sort of representing the waterways around sort of surrounding Arden Street. The other special thing about this, I think you mentioned it with the Geelong Guernsey as well. You've got players that are indigenous that have come from very different parts of the country. Like, so Geelong being Wathawarong country, sometimes you think, okay, like the Geelong kit should pay respects to the Wathawarong people and everything, but then it also like it's about paying respect to the players as well and like their own respective journeys as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, for example, with the North kit, Jai Simpkin, Taron Thomas, and Phoenix Spicer, the 3 Indigenous players, each had a different totem that was sort of put on their Guernseys.
Really?
Yeah. To sort of represent, their individual tribes that they'd sort of come from there. So, Jai Simpkin had a turtle. I think Taron Thomas had a platypus, and Phoenix Spicer had a barramundi fish. It's just sort of put there. Wow. But again, all 3 things, 3 totems being water-based, sticking with the theme.
Yeah.
As well. But it's a nice, really nice design. Again, I really liked last year's.
Do you prefer last year's?
I think I do.
Is it because of the traditional, like you can still see elements of the traditional design as well?
A bit of that. And the fact that there's a kangaroo on it as well.
Yeah.
I think I like that aspect and the connection with like to a kangaroo as well. But I still think this is great. But
did we see that in a long sleeve this round?
Surely.
Getting forward, quite a sort of reflective episode, isn't it? Really, it's a very different. It's not all jokes.
No, definitely.
But getting forward, what I have for you is a question.
Yep.
Do you reckon you'd back yourself to design an Indigenous Guernsey of your own? Like if whichever club, you can pick a club in the AFL, if they approached you to design a Guernsey, would you take on the challenge, and do you reckon you'd do a decent job?
I feel like it's a great question because I think lots of us, if the initial response to that question would be like, oh shit, like because there's that fear of I don't know enough about this and I'm going to be seen as
disrespectful.
I'm going to be offending people. But I think if we all just continue to think that, we're missing the point. Like it's fine to be fearful of like offending and that, but if we are actually going to learn and we do a bit of research ourselves, then there's no reason that we can't all sort of take part in celebrating Indigenous culture. And I this is going a bit on a bit of a tangent, but I think growing up in Australia, and obviously you didn't have this insight because you didn't go to primary school here, but at my particular primary school, we never really studied anything about Indigenous culture, right?
That's mad, isn't it?
It is. It's quite devastating. And I'd like to think that it's changed now, but growing up, grade 4, grade 5, what we learnt in terms of history were sort of like British explorers. We'd learn about Burke and Wills, we learn about Van Diemen's and all that sort of stuff, right? Henry Lawson and this and that. But the idea of like, okay, children, like Australian children, learning Indigenous culture and then creating their own artwork that's inspired by learning Indigenous culture is very inspiring to me. And even like if you look at the Bombers Indigenous Guernsey for this year, it was designed by primary school kids from Thornbury Primary School, and it's fucking sick. You've seen that the red, it's Wah, the spiritual crow of the Wurundjeri, one of the. So you've got Bunjil and you've got Wah for the Wurundjeri people. That was incredible. And so like, I would say yes, I would back myself into design an Indigenous Guernsey as long as I had sort of done enough research. I'd maybe like consulted with a few people and, I was making sure that I was doing it properly. And then absolutely.
Fuck yeah. Man, I got nothing more to say to that. Well, I mean, there's sometimes when you go, like when you said you went on a bit of a tangent, like sometimes when you're talking about things on this show that you're so clearly passionate about, I don't give a fuck that the mic's are on the camera. I'm just like sitting here going, fuck, this guy is just doing his thing, speaking his truth. It's fucking awesome, man.
Switch on.
I just have one question for you this week, mate. I'm not going to lie, I'm a bit unprepared.
Mm-hmm.
The one question I have is also a bit of a cop-out as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we've already mentioned last year we did, I think it was actually episode 44, so it was like half. Are we episode 88 now? I should have checked that before.
Yes, I think, we are.
Yeah.
Exactly
That's
double.
mad. We talked about Indigenous kids and we were talking about our favourite Guernseys jumpers. Now, the question I asked you in Switch On then, all right, it was, if the AFL introduces 2 new clubs in Tassie and Darwin, what colour scheme would you pick for their kits, their Guernseys? Now that the Tassie team is becoming a reality, when do you reckon we'll have confirmation of what the team's going to be in terms of like the mascot, the colour, the name? When do we reckon we'll actually find that out? Because I know we've mentioned the possibility of the Hobart Hippos and all that.
The Hobart Hippos.
What do you reckon's actually going to happen and when?
I was very loosely following it, but then I've since stopped keeping tabs on the whole saga with because wasn't there copyright issues because Warner Brothers owns the Tasmanian Devils?
Yeah, which is mad. Yeah,
the Tasmanian Devil. So I don't know if I'm assuming that there's a preference to use that.
Yeah,
to use the Devils, and I think a lot of it will be how much, how tough that legal battle is going to be, and if it's going to be an easy one or a hard one. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe they put it to the people as well. That's what it's for. It's for the people of Tasmania. So I wouldn't be surprised if they actually put it to the people as well and get their opinion on it. Although when you put things to the people,
Tassie McTaz face.
Correct.
It'd be interesting. I'm just trying to work out when we knew what Gold Coast and Greater Western Sydney were going to be called.
Yeah, like it turned the timeline, like when it was.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I got no idea.
Yeah, because so the team's going to be joining in, was it 2028?
2028, yeah.
That's the
But GWS and Gold Coast, they had a couple of a season or two in like a lower league, didn't they?
I can't remember. Did they?
I know the Giants definitely did.
Right, okay. Yeah, so
like
the mascot,
maybe?
everything was already finalised before. Yeah, okay.
Were they in the NEFL? I think they might have been. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Well, we'll say before 2028 then, shall we?
Yep.
There you go. There's switching on for you.
That's it? That's the question?
That's me for switch on, mate.
That's great. All right, I have two very quick questions. I'll ask you the same question I asked you exactly last year during our episode 44. I said Joe Johnson was the first Indigenous player to play in the AFL. What team did he play for? Do you want me to give you three options? Or
I got it wrong last time?
I can't remember.
Okay, I was going to ask you what I said last time. Yeah, give us three options then. Give us three options.
North Melbourne,
Yep.
Carlton,
Yep.
Fitzroy.
I wonder if you gave me three options last time. I'm trying to work it. I'll say North.
Okay. It's Fitzroy.
I feel like the exact same thing just happened. I feel like the exact same thing just happened.
You feel like you've been here before.
No, it's like deja vu. It's like I feel like I've been here before.
Yeah, played a couple seasons in 1904, I think. 1904, 1905, yeah.
Shout out Joe Johnson.
All right, question 2. Sir Doug Nicholls,
Yep.
who this amazing round is named after, was a proud Yorta Yorta man. Now, where is the Yorta Yorta Nation based? And this is not like a haha, you don't know anything or like anything like that. Like this is like more of like a learning thing. It's like, whereabouts do you think the Yorta Yorta Nation is based? And you can give it to me like roughly. Is it Eastern Victoria? Is it Western Victoria? South? North? Like, what do you reckon?
Okay, so it's Victoria.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because I was going to say like regional New South Wales, so let's not say that. Let's say, and thank you for saying that because I was about to crack the shits and saying that you'd stitch me up. Yeah, I don't know. My Indigenous knowledge is embarrassingly low. So it's obviously not taught in English primary schools, and the high school we went to, it wasn't covered at all. I learnt more about World War I and World War II than I did Indigenous culture. So I do want to learn more. Let's say Eastern Victoria.
It is north.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
northeastern Victoria.
So sort of Shepparton and up, and sort of both sides of the Murray River.
Oh, okay.
Yorta Yorta.
Yorta Yorta. There you go. The more you know. See? Switch on. We're learning.
Money! Money!
Alrighty, time for my mate's multi. I'll breeze through my legs from last week. Leg 1, I said an Indigenous player will have the most goal assists this round. I had a quick look on, what's it, footy, is it Stats White? What's it, footy stats?
AFL tables?
AFL.
That's what I use. I don't know.
I don't know. One of them. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's right. Leg 2, I said, someone from the Miami Heat will be ejected from a game within the next week. I don't think that happened.
They made it to the finals, though.
They did. They did.
Heat versus Nuggets, who you got?
Heat versus Nuggets. It'll be hard for the Nuggets to lose, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, Jokic is going to feast on Bam.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And you've got other big bodies, like just size-wise, like with
Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah.
Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon, exactly, yeah.
And no one's talking about Jamal Murray. I think I read it's a very ESPN type stat, but I think he's the first player to average 30 plus points per game on 50, 40, 90. So 50% from the field, 40% from three, 90% from the free throw line.
Oh, that's
wow. In the conference finals.
There you go.
No one talks about that. No one talks about that. That's a mad thing.
Alrighty. And leg 3, I said the Chennai Super Kings will bowl less than 3 no balls in the IPL final this week. They didn't bowl any. So,
didn't bowl any?
Yeah. So I think I'll take that as a leg.
Who won the final?
Chennai Super Kings.
They did win?
Yeah. A bit of drama, I think. Duckworth Lewis, rain affected, I think, or some.
Yeah, because I saw that it was delayed. It was postponed.
I think so. Yeah.
Was it? I don't know. Yeah, right.
But
because that's Stoney's team, right?
Yeah.
See, I know IPL.
Yeah.
I know
I'm not sure if he's retiring or not, but he's definitely like he could retire if he wanted to. Like,
You find that most athletes could do that if they wanted to. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's 1 from 3.
1 from 3. All right, I'll breeze through mine even quicker.
Yeah.
I got 2 out of 3 last week.
Yeah.
So I said that West Coast will score above 45 points this week, and they scored 46 against the Bombers.
My goodness.
I said that I'll watch no more than 1 game this weekend, and I watched 1 game.
Yep.
It was the Suns beating the Dogs, unfortunately.
Yep.
So they were the 2 that I got right, and then the one that I got wrong was I said Geelong will have their indigenous name feature as part of the coverage this week, and for some reason they haven't.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, because it should be Geelong, right? Like
DJILANG.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know why, because we're talking about Freo, right?
While you're up, yeah.
While you're up, yeah, because they played us last week, and then they played the Demons, and they were talking about Freo's the indigenous Guernsey, and it was while you're up, we'll wear this when they play Nam, and Geelong. So it's like, what have they? Why are they not doing it for all teams? Surely, we mentioned this briefly last week, but surely teams aren't saying no to doing that.
Yeah, you'd think you'd embrace.
Fucking hope not. I'd be fuming if I found that out, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't know all of it, but yeah.
2 out of 3. 2 out of 3.
Cool. All right, my legs for this week. Leg 1. The NBA Finals will not be over by our next episode.
Can they be over by the next episode?
Yeah, can't we have...
Yeah, all right.
Wait, no.
Well, you got to tick it off. 1 from 1. 1 from 1.
Oh, yeah, because it'll be like 4 games won't be before then anyway.
It won't be. We'll give it to you, though. We'll give you a leg. We'll give you a leg.
All right, leg 2. The margin of the North versus Bombers game this round will be below 12.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And leg 3. Both 2018 and 2019 grand final rematches this round will result in victories to the same teams by more than the original margins.
So you reckon West Coast are beating Collingwood? Right, have I got that right? The 2018?
Yep.
Okay. You reckon that they'll beat them by more than 5, and you reckon you reckon Richmond are going to beat the Giants by more than 85, 89, whatever it was?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. All right. I'm happy to give you the first leg there.
Thanks, man.
Mine for this week, I will see footage of a Carlton member burning their membership over the next week. Leg 2, I will be disappointed in some way at Marvel Stadium on Saturday night.
Okay.
And then leg 3, the Suns will go back-to-back in Darwin.
Hey, nice.
That's an actual, you can put a bet on that.
Yep.
That is an actual leg of an actual multi.
That sounds like it, yeah.
See? Not all jokes. We've said this before.
So, that's a wrap of Sir Doug Nicholls' Indigenous round for another year.
Yep.
I'm still considering returning this Guernsey.
Yeah, let us know. Yeah, we've mentioned it before, but do slide into the DMs. Let us know in the comments
got the tag
whether
here.
Ashwin should still keep his youth small. Does it actually say on the tag youth?
I don't know. What does it say? Does it just say S? Because I swear I looked at the sizing and I was like, youth S and S with the same dimension.
It says Y. Guernsey Y. So it's youth.
Why did I get this?
Yeah, why did you get this indeed? One thing that I do want to mention, that I should have mentioned before actually, it's wrapped up, if you listen to this on Thursday, it wrapped up last night, the State of Origin. Now, we are not what you'd call NRL fans.
Nope.
But depending on who won, go the Blues or
the Maroons.
Go the Maroons. See, I know what we're talking about. I miss AFL State of Origin.
Ah, right. I was wondering where you're going with this.
So was I. And
when was the last time it was a thing?
I don't think I was ever in the country.
Wow.
I want to say like 2008.
Yeah, right.
That's what I want to say. But I saw footage of Joel Selwood chatting to Billy Slater, and Joel Selwood was saying that it was like from this week or from the last couple of weeks, whatever, saying about how he was always jealous.
Yep, of it. Yeah, absolutely.
The state of origin being in the NRL, but not being in the AFL anymore. And I think we should bring it back.
Mm.
Let's start a petition. We definitely wouldn't be the one starting it. There's definitely people out there that feel the same way.
No, we're at the forefront of it. We're definitely the trailblazers.
No one else has had this thought ever.
Yep.
Thoughts. Thinking. Anyway, mate, come on. This is enough for this week.
For another week, keep kicking goals.